Hey everybody, in today's video I'll be discussing the conflict that has happened in Iran. As many of you have seen across the headlines, Iran's supreme leader was killed in strikes after the US and Israel both attacked Iran, which led them to respond by attacking US military bases, Qatar, UAE, and Israel. And as you can see here, this is front page news, everybody's talking about it. Now, if you clicked on this video, I bet you want to know how will this affect the markets, and I'll show you. As I said before, reports are flooding in that Israel has already taken down Iran's supreme leader, and they are planning to swiftly take out the rest of the leadership. This is shaping up to be a much quicker conflict than anyone expected. The most likely outcome for tonight and pre-market Monday is that U.S. equities may open up noticeably lower in the overnight session, while oil and energy stocks explode higher. As we have seen on the past couple of war times, or times of uncertainty, I should say, stocks open up lower, but then they rip higher. And as you can see from oil, it has recently just spiked up like crazy after anticipation of the conflict in Iran. As you can see, it is up about 23% from its lows in December and has just been ripping up. But even though these things may happen, I'm not at all certain that this will be sustained. Like at Bitcoin, this is a perfect roadmap. The second the attack started, Bitcoin got absolutely hammered and sold off hard, but then within minutes it reversed, ripped back up, and is now green on the day. This is exactly the kind of price action that I expect across the entire market tomorrow. So let's take a look at what happened on Bitcoin. If you go to the 1 hour chart, you can see here that Bitcoin ripped much lower. As you can see, on the news that the U.S. and Israel had attacked Iran, it dropped a huge amount. I mean, just look at this candle right here. It's down about 3% within a matter of 1 hour. But then it just continued to rip straight back up and is now up about 5% from its all-time lows, which is huge. So this leads me to the two scenarios that I think could happen. The first one is the quick win, which probably has about the 70% chance of happening. Israel and the U.S. actually subdue Iran fast and stop the bombings, and although equities may tank hard overnight and into Monday open, and with oil explode, the dust will probably settle and the world sees that Iran is neutralized, stocks rip back higher, oil gives back some of its gains, and risk-on environments continue to thrive. And that is exactly what happened with Bitcoin tonight. There was a fake-out dip and then a rip. And as I showed you guys in oil before, this conflict has pretty much been priced in, as you can see. I mean, oil has just like ripped up, and if this conflict de-escalates, we could see oil prices go lower, which would also help CPI and U.S. inflation, further boosting the stock market. Now let's talk about scenario 2, which is the worst scenario, and I would give it about 30% chance of happening. If the U.S. and Israel do not quickly subdue Iran, the oil output from the Middle East gets seriously disrupted, and CPI spikes even harder, and stocks don't just dip, they keep selling off for days or weeks. And that's the one thing that could actually break the bull market. As you can see, although oil has been priced higher, if the Strait of Hormuz, which controls around 20% of the oil worldwide, completely halts, that will cause a massive oil shortage, causing prices to skyrocket even more from where they likely will move on Monday. And this is going to be huge and will likely absolutely destroy CPI and make the market tank, which would be really bad. And also, if the war goes on longer, that's just more civilians that will die, and overall just a worse thing. The thing that I'm looking for on pre-market is if WTI is up $8 to $10, which is oil. Also, I'm going to look at what happens at futures open at 6 p.m. on Sunday, and at 9:30 a.m. market open. If S&P futures are down 1.5%, but oil is still ripping, you may want to buy the dip, but I would wait for things to start flattening out. Overall, this conflict is not good for anybody, obviously, and hopefully it gets resolved soon so that the markets can go back up and we can see a risk on environment again. Thanks, guys. And also, if you made it this far in the video, let me know what you think is going to happen with the conflict down below. Till next time.